This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert with 5 things you need to know for this Monday, September 16th, 2024. Item number 5 today, another attempt on Trump. You know by now that another attempt apparently made on the life of former President Donald Trump Sunday afternoon. His campaign issued a statement around 4:15 Eastern Time Sunday saying the president or former president was all right following the reports of shots fired near his golf course, Trump International in Florida, where he was playing a round of golf. The alleged shooter, identified as Ryan Wesley Routh, fled in an SUV. His license plate number caught by witnesses who passed it along to police. He was arrested in a nearby county by local law enforcement. Officials not authorized to discuss the matter publicly shared this information with the corporate media. An AK-style firearm found at the scene, along with a GoPro camera, as Routh was apparently intending to film himself in the act, and a couple of backpacks. Golf course partially shut down for Trump while he played. Secret Service agents walking a few holes ahead noticed the barrel of the AK-style rifle being pushed through shrubbery. They opened fire. Apparently, those were the only shots fired. Routh then fled the scene and arrested later. Trump issued a statement again saying he was safe and well. Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw told reporters Sunday evening that the gunman was able to access or get within a few hundred yards of the former president because he's the former president. Secret Service protection isn't as tight for a former president as it is for a sitting president. Again, we hope that is the truth. I've seen some reports regarding the level of security around former President Obama in Martha's Vineyard, but hey, okay, we'll take him at face value. The question that needs to be asked is this, especially in light of the corporate media and left-wing pundits on social media blaming the fierce rhetoric of Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance for the level of violence in the country. Is it perhaps that for the last 8 years, you in the left-wing media have been telling the American public that Donald Trump is not just a threat to democracy, but is the literal embodiment of evil? That doesn't absolve Routh for what he allegedly did. This is the work of a man who, according to his social media accounts, was not balanced, but still, when you spend 8 years telling people that this guy is literally Hitler, is it any wonder that people have now twice in the last couple of months tried to literally take shots at former President Trump? Item number 4, animal sacrifice. While the media argues with people on the ground about whether or not Haitian migrants are eating pets in Springfield, Ohio, city and federal parks authorities in New York City are beefing up resources near Jamaica Bay in Queens, following an expose by the New York Post last week of animal sacrifices in the area. The National Park Service promised to install a pair of mobile lights by the Adabo Bridge in the federally managed Spring Creek Park to ward off people who apparently have been torturing and killing animals under the cover of darkness. Animal rescuers said at least 8 animals found dead or maimed since late July. That would be the last 6 weeks or thereabouts. These have included 5 wounded pigs, a near-dead baby rat stuffed into a bag with chicken bones, and a dog carcass, a dog whose neck had been snapped. The city's Parks Department also pledged to increase overnight patrols in Sunset Cove Park, Broad Channel, where gruesome animal remains have also been found. And the question here is, if this is a new thing, who's doing it? Where'd they come from? And why are they here? Again, the corporate media trying to play this off that, raising these issues is simply racism and xenophobia. But you've got government officials now saying, yeah, we've got a problem with animal sacrifices in our parks. The other issue here is what spirits are these people sacrificing to? And why have we allowed them into the country? Topic number 3, Russia and Ukraine. The Kremlin has issued more warnings about further involvement by allies of Ukraine, specifically the United Kingdom, Canada, and the United States. The government of Ukraine openly advocating, lobbying the United States, with the help now of the United Kingdom, to use Western-supplied arms to strike deep inside Russian territory. Both the UK and Canada are on board. In In fact, Britain's Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, was in Washington, D.C. Friday, openly personally lobbying President Biden to allow for Ukraine to use British Storm Shadow missiles and the ATACMS missiles, ATACMS. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. If you're in the military, forgive me. I've never served, so I'm guessing. To strike deep inside Russian territory, and Russia saying basically this would be a declaration of war by NATO. New York Times reporting on Friday that saner minds appear to be prevailing. Let's hope that remains the case. Pentagon leadership has said, look, using missiles to strike deep inside Russia is not going to change the equation on the battlefield in Ukraine. It will do little strategically. But Russia's ambassador to the United Nations, Anatoly Antonov, on Friday added to prior Kremlin warnings, telling Rossiya 24 news channel that he fears American leadership and the American people are under the illusion that if there's a conflict, it will not spread to the territory of the United States of America. Now, I've said before, I carry no water for Vladimir Putin, but I really don't want to be under the threat of a nuclear attack over a border dispute in Ukraine. Topic number 2, Yemen. The Houthi government of Yemen fired a long-range missile that exploded in the air over Israel Sunday morning. Israel's air defenses intercepted fragments of the missile. This surface-to-surface missile apparently blowed up before it was supposed to, thankfully. Just a few people with minor injuries as the fragments fell in the town of Modi'in in central Israel. Sirens went off around 6:30 a.m. local time Sunday. According to the Magen David Adom Emergency Service, 5 people lightly injured as they were running for shelters. The Israel Defense Forces confirmed the attack launched from Yemen. The Yemenis claiming that this was a hypersonic missile that traveled to 2,000 miles from Yemen to Israel in 11 minutes. It may be true because the United States has naval assets in the Red Sea that should have shot it down if they were capable of doing so. Based on the initial investigation, it looks like Israel's Arrow defense system intercepted one of the fragments, and the Iron Dome system shot down others. But again, some of the shrapnel falling, causing some minor injuries. Coming up, a rare sour note from Taylor Swift. I'll explain next on 5 and 10.
We want to make sure you know how you can get your copy of this incredible new work in the Carl Gallops Ultra Collection. When you order this amazing collection from the skywatchtvstore.com, you'll receive the brand new book, Eyes to See, Is Our World Ready for the Coming Visitation by the legendary Pastor Carl Gallops, where for the first time ever, you'll discover what the Israel link truly is and the gravitous prophetic significance it holds in the times we're living in right now. You will learn about the real-life supernatural encounter that will open your eyes to see the spiritual realm like never before. Eyes to See will make certain you are spiritually ready for the coming visitation. And it uncovers massive treasures of astonishing insight previously hidden in Scripture and revealed specifically for our day. You'll also receive the amazing books, The Summoning, Preparing for the Coming Days of Noah, and Glimpses of Glory by Pastor Carl Gallops that take you from the Garden of Eden to Jesus' glorious return, and a cosmic collision of biblical truth that explodes to life upon the tapestry of the mind and soul. For a very limited time while supplies last, you'll also receive the Summoning Companion DVD. Join Pastor Carl Gallops for this incredible, exclusive 2-part sermon. From living without fear in the midst of our prophetic age, to the questions surrounding what Jesus is telling his people through the prophecy of the fig tree and the return of Israel. This companion DVD is a must-have. These items hold a retail value of $85. Yours now for your donation of only $40, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Carl Gallops Ultra Collection.
Item number 1 today, one of the big political news items of last week was that megastar Taylor Swift had endorsed Kamala Harris for president. Legions of Swifties being encouraged to register to vote if they haven't already, and then cast their vote for the Democratic candidate for president. Well, it appears that her endorsement may not have had the desired effect. A post-debate poll from YouGov released Saturday found that while 8% of voters found that Swift's endorsement of Kamala Harris made them somewhat or much more likely to support the Democrat ticket in November, 20% said they are somewhat or much less likely to vote for Harris because of Swift's endorsement. Again, the Babylon Bee, which is a parody site, a satire site, nailed it. Perhaps getting an endorsement from a woman who's made billions of dollars by singing about her bad choices is not what you want when you're running for high political office. This week on Skywatch TV, we continue our discussion with Carl Gallos about his eye-opening and jaw-dropping new book, Eyes to See. Carl asking the question, is the Great Delusion already upon us? Which would be certainly a sign of the end times being near. Carl is always, you always learn something when you hear from Carl. He is got a gift for pattern recognition, shall we say, and he applies it to Scripture, and you will definitely see that in the book Eyes to Glory. We've got a special offer on a number of his products, his Glimpses of Glory, Eyes to See, the new book, Glimpses of Glory, a previous book that basically sets you into the story and what it was like as Jesus walked the earth, plus The Summoning, another that just opens the end times to deeper understanding, and you can watch all the programs right now in the series at Skywatch. So far, there are 4, and we're on number 3 this week. At skywatchtv.com, you can also catch it on our broadcast partners, the broadcast schedule posted, skywatchtv.com/channels. It's available at Roku and Apple TV right now if you've got the Skywatch TV channel installed on your set-top box. Over the internet, it's at YouTube, youtube.com/@skywatchtelevision, or rumble.com/skywatchtv, or better yet, get our free mobile app. Download it to your smartphone or tablet and bypass the gatekeepers of big tech. Cut Big Brother out of your life. Bring it right into your smartphone or tablet, whether it's iOS, Android, or Amazon Kindle Fire, and we've got links to their app stores at skywatchtv.com/app. You can keep up with 5 in 10 online, youtube.com/@5in10, or X, formerly Twitter, @5_in_10. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.